Hi everyone, I interrupt the regular uploading schedule to bring you some current events. But first, an announcement for tomorrow's special video. I'm going to have with me Zach, who made the top 16 cut for Worlds this year, to talk about his game against Timmy in the top cut. So to prepare for that, if you haven't watched the actual video itself, please be sure to check it out. I'll leave the link in the description. And tomorrow we'll get some high-level insight from Zach, the man. So that's that. Now we move on to the crux of what I want to talk about today, which is the official SteamHack Netrunner Mentor Program. If you haven't been on the SteamHack forums yet, what this basically is you sign up either as a mentor or a student, and you'll be paired up with each other, one mentor to one student, where the mentor can coach the student in terms of high-level Netrunner play. That is to say, beyond the basics that are the basic game rules. So stuff like ice placement or bluffing or when to make runs, etc. I think this is very good because firstly, this hasn't been done before, and secondly, it's a good way to build up the community, especially due to geographical fragmentation, where some people are not as fortunate enough to live in an area with a robust meta. Some people may live in sparsely populated areas, and the game nights that meet Space Netrunner might just consist of the same clique of 4 or 5 people every single time. And understandably, that's not going to get you very far. But this is what the internet is for, isn't it? Yeah, so that's great. I fully support it, and I would actually sign up to be part of this. Although I do wonder to myself, where do I fit in? Should I be a mentor or a student? And I think this post by Zolan sums it up pretty succinctly. Everyone is both a mentor and a student. In this game of Netrunner, I think we have a lot to learn from each other, and we have a lot to impart as well. I do feel that, yes, some people might be very good at playing that one specific deck that will bring them to the top of every tournament consistently, but it's good to learn from other people, find out what other people's insights are on certain lines of play, and challenge those insights. I think a dynamic discussion is a way to go, and that's what I've been doing with my YouTube channel. Speaking of which, I do have a YouTube channel. I do have a Twitter. Why should I bother signing out on the SteamHack forum when I can actually get students and mentors from you guys, all you wonderful viewers out there? Well, isn't it coincidental? It would be great to have a mentor-student thing going on amongst my viewers, and that's something I've been trying to do through the comment section, where you can discuss my lines of play. In that sense, you are being a mentor to me as well, by telling me what I should be doing or what possible better lines of play there are for me. And in return, I can also teach some of you if you so choose. As I said, I'm open to games with my viewers. As I said, haven't got too much response from that, but we'll see if this works. So I'm also open, besides playing one-on-one, I can also sit in, spectate your games while having you on Skype, so we can discuss about how the game's developing, the possible lines of play that I would have taken, and perhaps even also give you some advice on deck building. In a similar vein to how you would ask for a game for me if you want to play against me, just catch me on Twitter whenever I tweet about being available to play on Octagon, or you can private message me or comment in this video if you want to arrange a time for me to spectate your games and give you some insight in response. So, what benefits can I offer compared to the other mentors on the SteamHack forums, which they are all very good players. There are some very big names there, people who have consistently topped their metas at regionals, nationals, and even at worlds. Well, I'm by no means the best Netrunner player out there. However, this YouTube channel is one of my biggest assets. Firstly, it's always nice for me to be paired up with someone who I actually know, or rather, at least not someone who's a total stranger. And you, in return, also do know who I am. You know my style of commentary and the kind of insight that I can provide. So we have established that right there. And on top of that, I can record and upload my commentary on should we have discussion on your gameplay, which allows you to rewatch it on my channel so that you can gain even more insight. And of course, this propagates to the comment section where my other viewers will also chip in with their insight, and from there you will actually be able to learn a lot. And that's speaking from personal experience. I have learned a lot from playing and uploading my gameplay. All of you have taught me a lot, and I still have a lot to learn. And in the same way, I think I can reciprocate that to the rest of you. If any of you viewers want to um, get some critique and insight as to how you can improve your games, this is a good place to start. So once again, hit me up and maybe we can arrange something. I'm open to all of you viewers, regardless of skill level. And no commitment is needed. That's the most important thing I feel, because personally I also cannot really commit to regular mentoring sessions. So I'll be doing this in the style of a freelance coding contract. Well, without the contract or the 10 credits associated with it. Maybe just one, or I could be just doing one or two collaborations with you. Doesn't matter how many we do or how frequently we do it. At the end of the day, just give it a shot. I'll be interested to try this out. So that's mainly what I want to talk about with this video. For the last few minutes, I'll talk about Octagon versus Jinteki.net and how I fit into the equation. I want to talk about the recent surge in number of players on Jinteki.net, because I feel this is definitely a current event, no pun intended, that is going to take over the online Netrunner realm. So basically, Jinteki.net is in a very good place now. With Min's hard work and all the contributors that have helped shape Jinteki.net to what it is today, as you can see, it has a very beautiful interface and a lot of the cards are actually automated. So Netrunner is actually very much playable on Jinteki.net now. I'm quite surprised in the span of just a few months how quickly the automations were scripted and gotten up and running, which is pretty amazing. As a former Octagon player myself, that actually says a lot because I'm pretty stubborn to change. Now, that being said, I still prefer Octagon because of a few reasons. Firstly, manual altering of board state is still very difficult, much more difficult than it is in Octagon, which Octagon is designed to mimic an actual board game, tabletop game more. So you can actually move your cards around freely, click for credits, and take them away at your will. Whereas on Jinteki.net, this is very much tedious. And that brings me to my next point, which is that games typically take longer, not just because I'm more inexperienced with the UI, but more importantly because you cannot fast forward through certain actions, such as deducting 8 credits for a run on R&D. You know it's going to cost you 8 credits, but you still have to manually click your icebreakers. You can't just minus 8 from the credit pool, which is a tad annoying. Secondly, and I think very importantly, I use my sense of hearing a lot, and having no sound effects on Jinteki.net is actually quite a big deterrent for me, because I love hearing a trace firing off, hearing the Capri side game sound effect, etc. It actually guides me to the game state, especially with the drawing for cards or clicking for credits. I don't want to rely on the chat box to see what my opponent has done. So for now, I still think I will not play on Jinteki.net for random games, but I will go on Jinteki.net for games with fellow viewers or some of the players from my local meta, because if I can get a Skype conversation going while playing on Jinteki.net, it's much better because I can follow the game better. That's just the way it is. So yes, I can definitely see Jinteki.net taking over Octagon very soon, if it hasn't already, because the UI is really, really beautiful, and a lot of people, I mean, there's a much lower learning curve, and yeah, a lot of people are just allured to fancy graphics, which is definitely a thing, and that is something to keep in mind if you are a computer programmer or designer. The aesthetics are usually more important than the functionality itself. Even though Octagon offers me more customizability and speed, which I like, Jinteki.net will prove more popular, and because of that, I might have to switch over in time to come. So yes, this is just a I wouldn't say it's a warning. Yeah, it's just a heads up for you viewers, in case you see some of my future video uploads on the Jinteki.net interface instead of the Octagon interface, you know why. But for now, that's all I have for this video. Uh, yep, thanks for watching. Happy net running. Goodbye.